Coach Catfish here. Talk to you about something I think's important. It seems to be. I understand it is important, but you know, when it comes to people snack, all I see is impotence. Impotence. The whole idea just goes down the drain. It's like the rain. We finally had some rain, which we needed rain bad. Now, Coach Catfish's not used to naming stuff that much because whenever you name it, it just dies or something bad happens to it. So, I hope the mole is functioning quite properly because I don't want to have to do this twice because I can't because, you know, it just comes out one time and this is the way it is. It just runs through the ether and it goes to the mether. Anyway, I'm trying to get you centered. Centered on the hinted. What are we going to talk about? What is it? Oh, the ruin. The rune, as my granny would say, is all rune. No, the rune is something else that you might do, and there's some type of Anglo-Saxon society somewhere up in Ireland. The rune. No, it's the ruin of separation. What Coach Catfish will be talking about is the ruin of separation. Concept that somehow has come down to mean that something don't mean at all. Oh, it's a painful thing. Think about this. The ruin of separation. It has been called diversity. You know, Coach Catfish tells you I drink the diversity because I got like a wolf imprinted here, and I got something imprinted there, and I got something imprinted there, and I've had bears and Sunday tattoos and other piercings and such. So I had diverse things. But it's all separated by content and by understanding. But yet there's on one body. Then not a hot toddy. So what does that mean? Well, I'm not sure what it means. I'm just trying to come up with something to say about the ruin of separation. The ruin. Now, what do we mean by ruin? I guess if I take the CRT tube, this sucker's been growing. It's growing. I tell you, it's growing. I take my micrometer and I stretch it across it on a regular basis, and this sucker's expanding. Okay. Now, what is it that we want to say? The cost benefit to the world of the separation. What is it doing? Now, Coach Catfish has been taking this from various sundry things to try to put something together that would make sense. Because, like, I'll give you a definition. The aggregate is the whole damn thing. It's all of them. It's from that which pops out to that which goes back to the ground. It's the aggregate of all things. Now, what I have been seeing science doing here lately is they separate. What is the word they do? They separate, but it's another word that's very important today. And it's like the other word Coach Catfish can't think of because it's so repugnant to my snout. It just makes me want to shout. Diversity. Okay, so what they have done is taken diverse groups. You know, the various and sundry ones from this here age into that age, and then this here age into that age, and this here age to that, and they break them up into diverse groups, which actually means separation. The separation of the preparation. So, once preparation has been separated in diverse groups, and then we come back with information. This say this here for this group, and this here for that group, and that there for the other group. And not realizing that all these groups, whether they is young or go to old, is going to be the same group of people at various and sundry points in time. Now, where's the intelligence in that? By looking at diverse groups, which means separation. It does not mean various and sundry. It means separation, separate groups. Age this to that, age that to the other, and the various and sundry ons to the age. And then we act like these groups have nothing to do with each other because they're diverse groups, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean now. They're separate. They're separate groups. So that means they're separate from the administration of the aggregate. Or whatever may come at some point in time in the future. Where's science? Where's science? Now, Coach Catfish, I'm like science light because I'm back up to like 150 pounds after dropping down to 138 or 40 or something like that. I'm not that small, but that's just a separation that is keeping me lean in the skin. Anyway, we're not talking about being lean in the skin, but the separation of various and sundry groups. And then saying, well, that's not the aggregate. Well, that's exactly the same thing as saying, oh, Coach Catfish, you have this here, and that there, and we have separated into this various and sundry groups, but yet it has nothing to do with the aggregate, which the aggregate is your body and your living personage. Where's the smartness in that? I don't know. I don't think it exists. Anyway, I'm not the only person that's been saying stuff about this in the way science and the way numbers and manipulations has been done. And honestly, I ain't gonna say it 3 times because this is a public service announcement. If you don't get your math on and you don't have some math education and understand quantity, phylogeny, and then sizability of numbers and repeatability and the way things and numbers work in general. And of course, Catfish is being quite cryptic because when you was dealing with the numbers back in the day, you was cryptic anyway. That's why folks had no idea about the numbers and just people that knew the numbers. But today there's access to numbers for everyone. Everyone can be part of the cabal of numbers. And that's what Coach Cap is trying to say. If you don't have the math on, you're going to get bedazzled and derazzled by numbers. Numbers that may or may not mean anything whatsoever. Or they may not even contend to you. Or they may explain something that is deceptive because you do not have your math on. I sang you a new song. Go get your math on. Go understand the statistics. Go understand something about reality and history. Don't let Coach Catfish outshine you. Because I can't even outshine me. Anyway, that's what I was trying to say. The ruin of separation, when you separate stuff way too much, you just ruin it. You just ruin it. Like if you separate the egg from the flour too much, you wouldn't have a cake. If you separate, well, I won't even go there. Because you wouldn't even have a, well, you know, you're comatose. It'd just be comatose. Anyway, Coach Catfish, I guess, is out of here. This is how separation works. It is diversity at its definition. You try to make this something that when they're truly separate, this separation of blood, it's all red. That's what it was. That's what I was trying to tell you the whole time. They tell you so separate, you so separate, you so diverse, and all your blood is the same red. And it just keeps running out at the wrong times. Of course, Catfish, I say something about CLT because that's what all this is about. It's about separation of CRT in the 1985 or 84 or wherever. It was somewhere. I barely remember it, but that's okay. It's about the tube. Oh, it's too early in the morning to pick up something like this. The green out CRT. It's sucking out your brain. It's done sucked on me. Anyway, Coach Catfish, signing out. I hope it's a better day. It's cooler. I had to put on long pants to get out here in the rain and thunderstorms this morning. For daylight. Hallelujah. Praise the Yah. I'm out of here. Get your number separation on and go learn. Learn. So you don't burn. Hallelujah.